This month, I will be doing a light, no-spend January in order to quit some of the bad habits that I've developed, establish new habits, and get financially prepared for 2025. And in this video, I will be sharing 25 of the things that I will not be buying in my no-spend January. 1. Eating out more than once a week. So 2 months ago, my apartment flooded, which made me couch surf for a month and a half. In one bad habit that I picked up due to not having my own house and kitchen is eating out a lot. I mean, in the month of October, I ate out 4 to 5 times a week, and this habit has rolled over the next few months. I know, talk about being a hypocrite, but that tough, inconvenient experience made me slip into the expensive habit of eating out. And so in this month, I will only be eating out once a week. I'm not going to cut it completely out because sometimes I don't want to cook, but I want to get out of this habit of eating out a lot. 2. Processed packaged food. Now, speaking of bad habits that I've developed in the past few months, another habit that I want to quit is stop eating these processed packaged foods. And I'm not going to buy them anymore. 1, because they are expensive, and 2, they are very unhealthy. I mean, who on earth knows what Velveeta liquid gold is made out of? I love it, but it can't be good for your body. And so this year, I'm going to focus on cutting out these processed packaged foods and focus on eating more whole foods. 3. Single serving candy. One processed food that I will not be cutting out is candy because I have a sweet tooth. But I will be cutting out these single-serve candy bars at the checkout aisle that almost cost $3 nowadays. And instead, I'll buy my candy in bulk. And trust me, I can eat it all before it goes bad. 4. Miscellaneous home filler items. So since moving into this new apartment, I have been accumulating things. However, my apartment is still pretty bare when you look at the different furniture pieces I have. And I intend to keep it that way. I will not be buying these miscellaneous filler items to fill in the gaps on empty shelves that just collect dust. They're clutter and money wasters. Another thing I won't be buying is generic wall art. Also, if you walk around my apartment, you'll notice that the walls are pretty bare and there's nothing on them. Except, of course, for this background because this is a business expense. It's a tax write-off. But one day I will put stuff up on the walls, but I refuse to buy this generic wall art from TJ Maxx or Target. It's probably going to be months before I finish decorating this apartment, but I will not be getting this generic wall art. 6. A credit card balance over $1,000. In my own money management system, I put all my fixed and variable expenses on my credit card that I pay off at the end of the month. However, one habit that I want to develop this year is always keeping that balance below $1,000, possibly meaning paying the balance off multiple times a month. I've never paid credit card interest before, however, I have noticed when I keep that balance below $1,000, 1, my credit score does better, and 2, I'm more intentional with the balance and don't overspend. 7. Anything with a credit card. Now, speaking of credit cards, during the first month of the year, I'm gonna only buy things in cash and avoid using a credit card. Like most people, I have gotten accustomed to paying everything in card and never having cash with me. But this month, I want to do an experiment to buy the bulk of my purchases with cash in order to be more intentional and start viewing money as a physical thing instead of numbers on a screen. Next, anything online. One way I'm going to reinforce only using cash is not buying anything online this month. I generally don't buy much online anyways because I prefer to shop in person. However, this month, I'm not going to buy a single thing online just to be more intentional with my money and avoid this one-click checkout. 9. Weights and workout equipment. People often trash talk gym memberships and say they're a waste of money, and if you don't go, they are a waste of money. However, if you do go, they can save you so much money because weights and exercise equipment are extremely expensive. For example, a home gym set might cost you over $1,000, but a gym membership is only $10 a month. I enjoy going to the gym and lifting weights, and I will never buy gym equipment because it is too expensive. 10 dog toys. I have a dog. This is her, and her name is Star. We have been roommates for almost a year now, and let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. She hasn't contributed to rent once. But Star has 2 toys. Her rope so we can play tug of war, and her tennis ball so we can play fetch. These 2 toys make her very happy, but buying more toys won't make her any happier. And so this year, I will not be buying Star that many toys just to replace these 2. Next, dog accessories. Another thing that I won't be buying Star this year are these unnecessary dog accessories like a light-up collar, fancy dog bowls, or dog jackets. I live in Georgia, and it does not get that cold in Georgia. But on the days when it is slightly cold outside, I always see people walking their dog in dog jackets. To each their own, but dogs have jackets of fur, and I do not think they need a jacket in the cold 40-degree winters that we have here in Georgia. They're completely unnecessary. 12. Travel. I am a big traveler, and with this job, I have a lot of freedom to travel, and to be honest, sometimes I take it to an extreme. But this month, I really just want to be still, stay at home, and focus on building and gaining some momentum for this channel because it's been a little bit slow, to be honest, the last few months. We're coming back, and we're gonna be bigger than ever. They ain't taking my job.
They took your job! They took your job!
So no travel. 13. Anything on sale. I used to look at on-sale items as a great advantage to save money and buy things on sale. However, now I just see it as this marketing strategy to get you to buy things that you had no intention on buying. I am no longer going to chase sales and buy things just to save money because, as they say, you save 100% by not buying the item. 14. Gas within the city. I live in Atlanta, and in the city, gas prices are way more expensive than they are outside of the city. For example, within the city, it is about $3.50, and outside the city, it can get as low as $2.50, which is a $1 difference. And to fill up my tank, that is a $20 difference. And one habit that I have always practiced and will continue practicing in 2025 is always filling up my gas tank when I leave the city. By being a little bit more strategic, I can save $20 on a fill-up, so I'm not buying gas within the city. 15. Smart home devices. I do not like smart home devices because I do not want Google and Amazon to have full access to listen to whatever goes on within my house. These Alexa things are spying on you, and it shocks me that people allow them in your house. No bueno, no voy a comprar. Next, mouthwash. A while back, I went to my dentist and asked, should I use mouthwash? And she said mouthwash is unnecessary. Too much of it will make your breath smell bad. Mouthwash is just one of those products that companies have convinced us that we need to buy in order to have good dental hygiene. But if you floss and brush your teeth, you're gonna have some pearly whites. Next, fancy whitening toothpaste. Speaking of teeth, and not to brag, but as somebody has very white teeth, I buy the cheapest toothpaste and do not buy that expensive whitening toothpaste. In fact, my dentist even said, all toothpaste with fluoride is effective, you don't need anything fancy. Cue the anti-fluoride people in the comment section. 18. Cleaning supplies. Now, doing a no-spend January involves writing down a list of things that you are allowed to buy, allowed to replace, and not allowed to buy. And one way to make this challenge easier is to just stock up on the things that you might replace throughout the month. In last week, I bought a month's worth of cleaning supplies, so I do not need to buy this in my no-spend January. I'm also stocked up on 19 laundry supplies, 20 toiletries, and 21 toilet paper. Which is stuff that you should buy in bulk anyways, because that stuff never goes bad. 22 winter gear. I used to live in Colorado, and in case you don't know, it is very cold there, and you need a bunch of winter clothes. But now I live in Georgia, and despite what people might say, it never really gets cold here. You just need 2 jackets, a light one and a slightly warmer one. I'm not buying any new winter gear because I'm not going to buy something that I'm just going to wear for 2 months because I'm in Hotlanta. 23. More than one streaming service. I like to watch TV outside of YouTube. However, streaming services can really add up. And so one thing I will be doing this year is rotating streaming services, where I'll subscribe to one service, watch all the shows I want to watch, and a few months later unsubscribe and subscribe to a new service and repeat the cycle. This will allow me to save money and get excited about watching new programs on other streaming services. 24. Spotify. Now, despite rotating streaming services, one service that I will keep year-round is YouTube Premium. And the reason is because you get to watch YouTube ad-free, but you also get YouTube Music, which is basically like Spotify, which justifies the cost because Spotify is $11.99 just with music. But YouTube Premium is $13.99 with both ad-free videos and music. If you have YouTube Premium, there is no reason to have Spotify. And if you only have Spotify, switch to YouTube Premium because it's basically a 2-for-1 deal. And finally, no things I do not buy list is complete without paper towels. Let me tell you some insider information, ladies and gentlemen. There are an extreme amount of things I do not buy videos on YouTube. And the reason is because you guys love them. I mean, look at those view counts. And my theory on why this style of video is so popular is because it allows you, the viewer, to sit down. And when I say something like, I don't buy paper towels, you either nod your head and say amen, or shake your head and say he's an idiot. It's simple and it's something that you can participate in the comfort of your own home. And so to please you, the almighty viewer, I, El Agustin, do not and will not buy paper towels. I don't want it, no, I can't want it anymore. Thank you so much, Happy New Year's, muchas gracias, que tengan un buen día, nos vemos chicos.